let's switch up a little bit and consider yourselves a bit later. One would be Livia at the hospital, and one would be Chloe. I'd like to focus on Chloe because we haven't seen very much of this side of her yet. So I would like to say that it has been a little bit of about a day since you were last seen at your home. After all, you went to go and sing at that event, and it has been a little bit busy. You probably have been home longer than, or been away longer than you thought, but not too long. A little while. A day or two, perhaps. After all, you did spend 16 or 17 hours in those rituals last time. Alone.
Yes.
And you also had to sleep sometime. So I'm going to suggest that it has been 2 days.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Well, there are a couple of points. You live with your parents, is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I believe that you live outside of Marseille, in the I don't know if you would say the countryside or the suburbs, but somewhere that is considered reasonably comfortable. So can you tell me the name of an area, a community or a town or a district or something that would be perfect?
Okay. Where could you... Oh, actually, I could live in Aix-en-Provence. It's a city like 20 minutes away from Marseille, and it's really nice and cozy.
Perfect. Could you write the name into the text feature there? And also, Gregory, could you write the name of the district that the church is in into there? Because I could not understand the spelling from what you said, and I felt stupid. When Chloe returns home, your parents are very worried, and your phone ran out of battery long ago. And so they have been very, very worried, and everybody you know has been networking to try to find you. And you have been in one of the very few places in the modern world where nobody, and I mean nobody, would have found you. That's where you were. So, too bad. So there's been a lot of frantic interest in you. Part of this, and why they are so urgent, is because the police were very, very, very interested.
Yeah.
And there is your parents, as soon as they see you, are going to make sure that nobody knows or sees that you are back. And your father in particular is extremely concerned. There is a serious police interest in you, and he has only been able to forestall them by saying that there must have been some sort of mistake or a rumor or or that somehow you were mixed up in something against your will. But unfortunately, the police are now trying to send experts digging into the intelligence service, is now digging into your dark web activities and trying to find your server and things like that, because of the radical and clearly anarchistic impact that you are having. After all, do you remember the fellow that you were driving around with? What was his name?
I think it was like Maximilian.
That's right, Maximilian, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, he just lit himself on fire and burned to death in front of this radical church. And the reason for that is because after certain rude comments from the mayor of Marseille about Christophe Denninger in Paris, Denninger, I believe. How do you say it in French? Denninger? He is a fellow who had a fight with some police in the last few days.
Oh, yeah, true. The boxer.
Yes. And so the mayor of Marseille just made some rude comments about his ethnicity, which is Yenish. And so since at the church, the Yenish community in that district has always been getting along very well with the church and the group there. Now there are the Maximilian went and demonstrated in solidarity with the Yenish in front of this church, and he has just killed himself with gasoline to demonstrate this.
Okay.
So this topic is becoming a little bit heated up. Now, why did he choose that church? That's very interesting. He mentioned hearing about it in your song. And so or songs or something. He got the idea from listening to you a lot and said so. And so then he went and does this, and it's a very big deal because he was obviously, not the right kind of person to be doing this sort of thing. And it's all very off message as far as the Macron administration is concerned.
Well, okay, so the police is trying to find me because they think that I'm an artist.
And a very, very effective one. Clearly.
It's true, actually.
Yeah, I'm very effective.
It is kind of true.
It's true.
And so your parents are very upset and very worried, and they would like you to make, what they think? Golfing in Turkey right now at the tourist places in Turkey outside of Istanbul. There are great vacation places to go. The islands are beautiful. And you can go golfing there and sailing, and it's very nice for this time of year. And, that's where everybody is going.
No, I can't leave.
Well, that's what they want you to do.
Well, I mean...
What's the name of your fiancé?
Julian.
Julian, of course, is here to talk some sense into you.
The three of them wants me to leave.
Well, Julian actually came as a favor to your parents when they asked him, but what he really wants to do is, talk to you. He might have his own ideas.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm going to take Julian with me in my room. I'm going to close the door, and I'm going to be like, what's going on?
Well, he says they're not joking about the problem. I mean, we've had I just had the bureau, sniffing up my life for the first time, and I don't like it one bit. And so I think that I used to know the names of all the agencies too. The domestic security system of France starts with a D. Yeah.
Yeah. Renseignement. Yeah. DGS.
Yeah.
Direction Générale du Renseignement.
I used to know all that. And it's also interesting because since in all the former colonies of France, that's what they call the security services there too. Like in Lebanon and Algiers and places like that, they all still have the same name. So
DGSE.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, he's not very happy about having this particular agency turn its attention to his life, and he also is worried for you, and says that that this has got, he wants to know. I mean, do you mean it? I mean, is this what you want to do? Is this? I understand that you've never done anything this radical before. What happened?
Yeah,
anyway?
No.
What happened anyway? They went on a rampant. These perfectly comfortable liberals went on this crazy rampage through the city, and they, it's terrible what happened. And then he says, "Oh, and it's." Then there's the memorial for Vanessa.
Oh, I wanted to sing there, but I won't be able to.
No, you'll be. Not only will you be arrested, they'll probably turn you over to the Americans or something, and you can see what Guantanamo looks like.
But I mean, it was just. I mean, you know me. It was just one song, and I mean, I didn't want them to do that at all. I got the call for Vanessa death, and they got all crazy, and they took me with them in the car, and they wanted to kill the people who kill her, but I had nothing to do with it. I mean,
but I heard your song. Some of it was captured. It's not very much. There are only little pieces that some people caught on their phones. But
what about it?
Chloe, they listened to you.
Yeah, it was a good concert. I mean, it was a good song, right? It was a great song.
He kind of says, yes. And he kind of like says, it's kind of like he says, but if I tell the Bureau that, I'll be seeing Guantanamo too.
Yeah, but it's just a fucking song. I mean, okay. I don't know what to do, actually. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to leave? I can't. I mean, I thought I was doing something really good with this song and with my heart and my singing. I can't leave.
Well, he's struggling. Make a humanity roll. You roll your humanity, and let's see how this does with his will.
Oh, did I win back to 4 or still have 3?
No, you use your bonus, and now you are at your normal value. Bonuses only happen one time.
Okay.
What is your high value?
10.
In that case, just 110?
Yes.
That's okay. You have succeeded. And Julian swallows hard and says, all right. I'm in. We'll stay. You need to come with me, though. We need to find somewhere else to live. And I think it's time to maybe tell your parents that they should go and you will join them. I'll tell them, I'll act, like I am the establishment prince, and I will tell them that I've convinced you.
Perfect.
Then it's you and me.
Always.
Ever, please.
I know.
It's cold and dark.
Yeah, Julian will love it.
Yeah, of course.
Now, I'm happy to say that it's going to be a little bit difficult because your family is under surveillance, and it's going to be interesting to see how you evade this. How are you going to do this? Any ordinary movement, any ordinary activity could easily result in your arrest. Very good examples would be using your phone, your telephone. Another good example would be, because of course we all know that all the telephone companies value our privacy. Checking into any social media, because we know that Google, Facebook, and all of the service, and Amazon, and all of them value our privacy. And we also know that credit card companies and the banks, of course, would
Oh my God.
never reveal or utilize or make an improper use of information for somebody that the security services told them was a person of interest, because that would be violating that person's rights.
I am so fucked. So you remember,
Yes.
Olivia, when you
thought
told
that
me
Livia was the outlaw,
my life?
didn't you?
Yeah, I don't have a bank account.
That's right. There's something to be said for living off the grid, right? Yes.
Fuck balls. Well, okay, so I think we're going to do what Julian said. Like, I'm going to say to my parents, yeah, of course I'm going with you. You take the plane, I'm coming back, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to convince them. Then I'm going to ask him to go by himself. And I'm going to use my sorcery to get out of the house unnoticed. And yeah, I'm going to remember by heart the number of Livia in case I need it at some point. And then I'm going to go to the church.
Okay. Should not be too bad.